Direct from the 1011 streaming studio, this is Star City Buzz.
Hi everyone, Bill Rentschler alongside Danielle Shank in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Another edition of Star City Buzz. Danielle, last weekend it was about 1,000 degrees outside. It will still be hot this weekend. Not quite triple-digit heat, but plenty of things to do. And I think I kind of felt cooped up this weekend. I think a lot of people want to get out.
Yeah. Are there going to be some clouds? Maybe a little
be some
rain?
Clouds. There'll be maybe some rain. But I mean, that's late June. It's Nebraska, so it gets hot. It gets humid. We learn to deal with it. But last weekend was
a little excessive.
But
excessive. There are plenty of opportunities to be indoors this weekend, and we will tell you about them. The first one is Seussical over at the Hickman Theater. That's happening Friday, Saturday at 7:30 and 2 o'clock on Sunday. So they'll be bringing some of your favorite Dr. Seuss characters to life.
Yeah, should be a good time. Again, always a good show. Again, like you said, classic characters.
And
where are we visiting? It's the
Hickman.
Well, no,
I'll go through the spiel. The colorful characters are transporting us from the jungle of Newell to the Circus McGurkus to the invisible world of the Who's. So lots of places that they're visiting. And if you bring a donation, whether it's school supply or canned food item, you will get a free popcorn.
There you go. Can't say no to free popcorn. So that should be a good time all weekend long. This one really caught your eye, Danielle.
Yes.
This is over at Escape Lincoln. They're putting on a fancy show.
They just had their grand opening last week, and now this is one of their big events that they're doing. From 7 to 9 on Friday, $50 per person. You can help dames and gangsters solve a mystery.
Yeah, if you haven't done an escape room before, they're a lot of fun. I sometimes get a little claustrophobic, so sometimes you can, but like, you work through it and you have a good time with your friends, family, whoever it is. And it's a fun time.
With a speakeasy involved, maybe. This event is like 18 plus. So just another thing to think about.
Yeah, so that'll be a fun event. That's Friday evening. And then into the weekend, Saturday. Obviously, 4th of July is right around the corner. Firework tents have already kind of started popping up a little bit. Children's Museum putting on their kind of 4th of July event for the kids, the Red, White, and Blue Bash.
Yeah, so that's okay if the younger kids can't make it to the speakeasy. Now they can enjoy the Lincoln Children's Museum from 9 a.m. to 5, where they'll have
all day long.
Jumbo games, bubbles, blocks, oobleck. I didn't know there was an actual word for the mixture of cornstarch and water, but it's oobleck in case. And maybe I'm not saying it right, but I like the way that sounds.
I'm going to say you're saying it right. I didn't know it had a name either, so we both learned something today. It's oobleck. But yeah, I imagine you give oobleck to really any child.
And they'll, and it'll probably be red, white, and blue. They'll have different options there. But then also red, white, and blue necklaces and, of course, Pop Rocks. So
there you go.
Sugar for the kids.
Free for members, for people who have membership to the Children's Museum there. But again, should be a good event on Saturday inside, a little warm outside. But outside then, Saturday evening, one of a classic event here in Lincoln, Brews at the Zoo, returns the first of 6 for the summer.
Yeah, 21 and over event here. Opener, Steady Wells and Wavy Lady, and then the Moore Brothers Band takes the stage. General tickets are about $40. You can also get a meal ticket for $15, and brats, cheeseburgers, pulled pork nachos. That sounds amazing. Boneless chicken wings, stuff like that. And then in a general ticket, you'll have after hours access to the zoo, the live concert, and 3 drink tickets. So those are included. And this year they will also have a clear bag policy.
And they obviously have beer, cider, but they do also have non-alcoholic options, and places like Code Beer, Empyrean, Glacial Till, Stone Hollow, White Elm, Zipline are all going to have some drinks there. So good list there, and again, good drinks from all of those.
And you can either bring a lawn chair or a blanket as well. One of those additional items.
It'll be warm for a blanket.
Yeah, but spread it all out. Get your friends. Have kind of like a little picnic out there.
You could do that. That'd be a good place for it. And then last weekend, Danielle, again, the Haymarket Farmers Market. It happened Saturday, but the College View Farmers Market canceled because it
was a bit spicy.
It was excessive, like you said. So it was very hot, but they're back on this weekend, 10 to 2 on Sunday.
And during that time, they'll have some music playing and maybe even an opportunity for yoga. You can also get in touch with master gardeners to talk about some horticulture-related information. And on their website, they do have a directory of all of the vendors that are there, so you can kind of plan out a little map for yourself.
My garden is beyond a master horticulture's help,
Well,
I think.
I mean, Mason just told you that I somehow killed a succulent. I overwatered it, I'm pretty sure. But hey, it was in a pot with 2 others, and the others are thriving. So,
2 out of 3. It's not bad.
you know, I don't know.
If that was a batting average for baseball, you'd be one of the greatest hitters of all time.
My thumb is not too green. It's probably a little more yellow, brown.
It's got a green tinge on it.
You
so.
know, I try. You know, some people just have it. Others don't. I'm unfortunately one of those that doesn't have
Yeah,
it.
I'm right there with you.
but-
Don't worry. I'm right there with you. So,
Hey, you know, go to farmers markets. They'll have succulents there. Maybe buy another one.
There you go.
That is just one of many. Let's see what else. Lincoln Salt Dogs
mm-hmm.
are also home this
They're home this
weekend
weekend.
against the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of summer music series, lots of live
Mhm.
music opportunities outdoors. You know, it is that time of year there. Some sunset paddles.
27th
or-
annual Rebels Car Show at
Mhm.
Pioneers Park this weekend. That starts at 8 a.m. Should be a fun one out there. for
Movies
that.
in the park
Mhm.
over at Air Park Recreation Center this week. There you can watch Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
That's starting around 8:45.
Plenty of things. Tons of things.
Tons of
Makes-
things, you know, as we always say, but like to, you know, give a shout out to a few more. And, you know, you can read the entire list of about 100 events that are going on across the Star City.
Yeah, check it out on 1011now.com. And again, as you see on the email address there, if you want us to let us know about your event that's upcoming, just shoot us an email, and we'll try and get it included in the video and certainly on the article as well. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching another edition of Star City Buzz. Hope everyone has a nice weekend.
You've been listening to 1011 Star City Buzz. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.